Hello everyone! I'm here today to show you some helpful tips and tricks for uploading your artwork on Artsonia. When you open the iPad, this is what the app looks like. So it has a rainbow color background with a white paint splat. It should open to this page, which is where you would type your name. If it doesn't, and you're opening it to this screen, just a few reminders that you push the orange button, you push the purple button, and then you go grab the QR code from Mrs. Belzer's desk, which looks like this. Scan it, and then you can log in. Now, when you get to this screen, you type your name. So you start typing the letters in your name, and you have to make sure that you pick the right person. If there happens to be somebody who has the same first name and the same last initial as you, you can always go over to this side and check the grades. So you might be in 3rd grade, that other person with the same first name and first last name initial might be in a different grade. So always make sure you're picking yourself. Next button to hit is the Add Art button in that corner, and then you want to find the project. So for this teddy bear, for example, the material I used was paint, so I would click Painting. All right, so you want to center your image. If the image is curled a little bit, like a painting would be curled, you could take it and kind of gently roll it in the opposite direction, just to help smooth out those edges, okay? It's gonna photograph better if it's more flat. So fit it inside the frame, tap to focus, take the picture, and then move the corners. Sometimes when you match up the corners perfectly, you'll notice that sometimes you can still see the floor. So I'll show you that. At the very top here, you can still see a little bit of the floor. So if I hit next, there's the floor in the picture. We don't want to see that, so I'm actually going to go back, and this time I'm going to move my corners in on both sides just a little bit. And now when I check it, I don't see any of the carpet. You can enhance your image by clicking that first button, the magic wand button. So here's with it off, here's with it on. It just brightens up the colors a little bit. Hit submit, add a title if you'd like, skip. You can add a statement, which is a sentence about your work. You can skip that. When it says submitted to teacher, that's when you would give it to me. Now, I do want to show you one other thing. If you have a piece of art that is rotated, so for example, maybe I took the picture of my bear this way. There's this button down here that rotates the picture, and then that way you can still get it cropped correctly. All right. Hello everyone. I wanted to talk about how to upload 3-dimensional projects on Artsonia. If you use our normal setup, where the iPad is on the stand and you put the object underneath, you're not going to get a full picture of what you want. So you'll want to take the iPad off the stand. If you need to remove an iPad, the green part pulls down so that you can pull the iPad off. And then you need to create some sort of a background. There's normally always a folded piece of portfolio paper up underneath our cupboard up here. So lean that up against an object or my chair. That way you're kind of setting up like a little photography space. Then you can put your 3-dimensional sculpture object in the scene. And now instead of photographing it from above, you're going to photograph it from like the front view. So you can lay on your tummy or get really low down to the floor. And I'll show you a quick photograph here of my bunny. So I'm going to log in, add a project. This would happen to be sewing. And I'm going to scooch back enough so that I can see my bunny, hold it still, and take a picture. Now the other part I want to show you is the cropping, okay? When we're taking a picture of a 3-dimensional object, The tendency is to try to look for something to match up corners to, because that's what you're used to doing for flat two-dimensional work. But actually you don't want to do that. At the bottom here, you want to click this button. It changes it from the magnet to a square shape, and then you can just direct the edges so that it makes a nice square or rectangle around your object, and then you can hit next. And then that way you got a good photograph. So you want to try to pay close attention to your lighting. It's hard with the ceiling lights. You can see we're getting a lot of different types of shadows. You can play with the magic wand button to see if you like that view better or not, and then submit it.